The most critical part of an interview is the preparation. The more prepared you are, the more positive you are when you go in, the better you're going to come over. Your attitude's going to be very positive. You give yourself far more chance of succeeding at the interview. So preparation's critical. How do we prepare? We'll create a checklist. So what you do is you write down all of the things you need to check before the interview commences. So the first thing you might write down is clothes, and you might put appropriate dress for my clothes. So what type of job am I going for? I would dress appropriately. If you were going for a manual job, then you probably wouldn't wear a suit. You'd wear smart casual. Secondly, grooming. How does my hair look? Beards, do I think a beard's appropriate for this job? Or, if it's a food type job, a beard would not be smart. So you may have to cut it off if you had a beard. You look at facial rings, earrings, piercings, those sorts of things. Yes, they're trendy. Yes, they're fashionable, but it may be not appropriate for the type of job you're going for. It may be an occupational health and safety risk. And so you need to find these things out. The fourth one is travelling to the interview. Check how long it takes to get there. Make sure you know the route by which you're going. Check the time of day you're going. So if it's an early morning interview, then you need to understand peak hour traffic. Have a look at parking around where you're going. If you're going by public transport, what time does the train leave? What time do I need to be there? Always make sure that you're going to be there 15 minutes before the interview. So it's very important that you are not rushing into the interview or apologising for being late. You've almost blown yourself out of the water. So how you're going to get to the interview is absolutely critical. The fifth thing is the address for the interview. Make sure you clearly understand which part of the building you've got to go to, which room it is, how do I get there. Many times people are just told, well, you need to turn up at 467 Collins Street. And they get there and it's a 20-storey building and they're not sure what floor it's on, or the company might have 4 floors, so they don't know where the reception is. So double check before the interview the exact address of where the interview will take place. The next thing is research the organisation. One of the things that will give you a competitive advantage in an interview is to understand something about the organisation that you can bring up during the interview process. So you might go on the internet. You might find out the size of the company, where head office is, how many branches they've got. You might go to the company the day before and ask the reception if they've got any brochures. You might just stand and watch and see the size of the business. This can be critical because almost inevitably in an interview, you will be asked, have you got any questions? At that point, you get the chance to bring up something that you've learned. So they might say, have you got any questions, Graham? Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. When I was on the internet yesterday researching your company, I was staggered to find out that head office is in Germany and that you actually have 20,000 employees worldwide. Now, what you've just told the interview panel is, I'm keen, I've done my research, I'm really interested in this company. So absolutely critical, know something about the organisation before you go for the interview. The next thing you need to do is research the type of job you're going for. So whether it's a manual job or a desk job or an office job, research the type of job, find out things about the job. So if you're going to work in a supermarket, there might be shift work. You might be working in the hot or the cold. There is all sorts of things. The more you can research about the job, the more intelligent questions you can ask at the interview, which will show the interview panel that you've taken the time to find out about the business. And I think if you've got that sort of preparation and that sort of checklist, you'll be ready to go.